Here we are, folks, slashfilm.com. Good morning, everyone. It is ETEP back here with you, still keeping the horror content rolling all throughout the month of October. We've got another watch party scheduled. The Gate. We'll be watching the 1987 horror classic, cult classic, starring Steven Dorff tomorrow night at 8:05 Eastern, right here with a panel of wonderful individuals featuring Trina from Real Horror, who's joined me for a Phantasm franchise review and a review of Hell House LLC 2 and 3, which we've got another one coming up, Hell House Carmichael Manor, that drops October 30th on Shudder. I'll be reviewing that, including the original Halloween, Halloween 2, and Halloween 4 with my brother Tony, all ahead here in the month of horror, October. But speaking of Halloween, let's talk about Halloween 2. Not Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, not Halloween Kills. No, Halloween 2. Lack of direction made Michael Myers not quite right in the sequel. I don't get what they mean by not quite right. We're going to get into this article and figure it out. If you're not subscribed yet, you want more horror content, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications. We're going to keep this thing rolling past the month of October with the horror content, as I've enjoyed making it, and hopefully you've enjoyed watching it. We'd like to get some more videos out. Big shout out to my editor, Good Stuff. We'll be working on this one. I appreciate you, brother. Here we go. This is by Jacob Hall. This came out yesterday. What defines a horror movie slasher killer? Not all of them speak, so we can't talk about voice. Not all of them stick to a single signature weapon, so we have to find another avenue. The easy answer is the mask, but even that changes. Jason Voorhees wore a bag over his head before he found that hockey mask in his franchise's third film. So maybe it comes down to the walk. Jason is a lumbering beast, stumbling forward and easily distracted. The bull in the china shop, where the china is easily breakable teenagers. Not a good pun. Freddy Krueger is a demonic spider monkey with elastic limbs flapping to the winds as he pursues his prey. And Michael Myers, a.k.a. the Shape of Halloween fame. He's the shark from Jaws in human form, a merciless predator who simply cannot be deterred. He moves like he has a plan, a merciless void powered by an alien intelligence. Jason acts on instinct, Freddy acts on pleasure, but Michael, he acts on something powerful and unknown, but all-consuming.
It was an all-consuming passion.
That is a very good point, I have to say. The way that Michael Myers moves and stalks is very different from that of Jason Voorhees. As Jason has always been a more physically imposing character outside of Part 2, where he was built more average and just could have been a random hillbilly in the woods with a potato sack over his head and some overalls. Whereas you have Michael, who has always pretty much stayed consistent with size until the Rob Zombie, whatever you want to call those, which, I think it was Tyler Mane that played him, a really big guy, but didn't work for Michael. But when wonderfully named stunt coordinator and performer Dick Warlock put on that mask for 1981's Halloween 2, Michael Myers was not yet a true icon. He was just the villain of a very popular, very lucrative horror movie from 1978. Expectations weren't set. No one knew what defined a Michael Myers performance just yet, and that led to a performance that many fans don't consider on par and one that Warlock refuses to take blame for. Which, I don't see why Dick Warlock would take blame for this. He was a stunt performer. He was never meant to be the leading Michael Myers actor.
You're not meant for this.
So, for him to take the complete blame for this is not really fair to him.
It's not his fault.
Getting the walk down. Warlock has told the story of how he was cast in Halloween 2 many times over the years, and it goes something like this. Warlock, a veteran stunt performer, took a meeting for the stunt coordinator position on Halloween 2. Upon arriving, he saw the Shape's terrifying white mask before he saw director Rick Rosenthal or producer Debra Hill, so he put it on and proceeded to find Rosenthal and just stare at him. As you do, Rosenthal was impressed, and Warlock found himself with a dual role on the film. He would serve as the stunt coordinator and play Michael Myers himself. Actor and future filmmaker Nick Castle had largely played the part in director John Carpenter's original film. Speaking with Vanity Fair in 2018, Warlock dodged the blame for what many fans, including Debra Hill herself, consider to be a particularly lackluster Michael Myers performance. According to Warlock, no one on set gave him any direction. Halloween 2 director Rick Rosenthal never gave me any instruction on how to play Michael. Nothing at all about the walk. Debra Hill was there every day, and Debra never said, "Can you make the walk a little faster, Dick?" or "Can you make your movements a little swifter?" Years later in an interview, she said Dick Warlock never got the walk down. Well, give me a break. I'm a stunt guy. I'm not an actor. If I wasn't doing it right, you should have told me. Absolutely. And that's unfair to blame Dick Warlock for that. Like I said, I thought, there was another act, but he largely played the role. But I mean, I never had a problem with the way Dick Warlock moved as the shape in this one. And I've seen 2 repeatedly. I can't count how many times I've watched part 2. It's a good movie. I don't mind the Laurie Strode's Michael's sister thing. I never had an issue with Dick Warlock in this role. This seems arbitrary and just petty at this point. Hill, a pioneer of modern genre cinema and one of John Carpenter's secret weapons as a filmmaker, passed away in 2005. And to his credit, Rosenthal is actually fairly complimentary towards Warlock's physicality in the documentary linked above. But many folks, myself included, think there's something missing from Warlock's take on Myers. Yeah, Jacob Hall, please tell us more.
Tell me more, tell me more.
None of this should be a slight on Warlock, whose filmography speaks for itself. The man worked steadily as a stunt performer and coordinator from the 1960s through his retirement in 2002. He lent his talents to superhero movies like Spider-Man and action flicks like The Running Man. His TV credits include The A-Team and Quantum Leap. He was Kurt Russell's stunt double for 25 years and can be seen doubling the brilliant actor in Escape from New York, The Thing, and other classics. The man is a legend. Full stop. You can't touch that legacy.
Can't touch this.
But as Warlock himself wryly noted in that Vanity Fair article, he wasn't an actor. And maybe that's what's missing in the Michael Myers of Halloween 2. Everyone knows Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, a boogeyman with so much personality that it practically drips from his open sores. Ew. And actors like Kane Hodder and Derek Mears brought an unforgettable physicality to Jason Voorhees. Don't leave C.J. Graham out, please. Taking what could have been a lumbering oaf and lending him an actual sense of character. Heck, it's telling that director David Gordon Green actually got Nick Castle to suit up as the Shape again for his Halloween trilogy, even as a purely physical performance needs to be built upon specific choices. Don't cite David Gordon Green like it's something good. Never cite David Gordon Green or his contributions to Halloween and as if it's something to be looked upon fondly, much the way Rob Zombie's abortions are looked at now. In an alternate universe, maybe Rosenthal would have given Warlock a little bit of extra direction to move with a bit more purpose and determination. Maybe Hill would have stepped in, telling the man beneath the mask that Michael Myers doesn't amble. He's a man who knows what he wants. Halloween 2 is an aggressively fine slasher movie, one that lurks in the shadows of John Carpenter's classic original and the more bonkers sequels. And in this edition of The Shape is fine. But maybe we needed this. We don't know what a great Michael Myers looks like unless one film can't quite hit the target. In that way, everyone here did the series a great service.
You did good.
See, and this is where I disagree with him, even though he said a few things I agree with during the course of the article. I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see a problem with the performance, although I've made a note of it. So now when Tony and I review Halloween 2, I'll compare Castle to Warlock in the movements, and we'll see how it looks. And we might even do a little side-by-side because I don't see an issue with this. I really don't. I understand the necessity for the character to maintain his sense of purpose and consistency of movement and his mannerisms, just to sell that to the audience that this is the same killer, albeit maybe played by a different actor. But no, if they never gave Warlock any instruction on how to portray this role from a physical standpoint, then really the blame is on the production, not the actor, because the actors and stunt coordinator, as Warlock was merely doing what he thought was the right thing. So you can't blame him for that. But now it's your turn, folks. Let me know what you think. Did you have a problem with the way that Dick Warlock moved as Michael Myers in the sequel? I really didn't. I didn't see an issue with it. But like I said, now that I'm aware of it, I'll keep a close eye when we watch this and review it, and we'll talk about it during the review. YouTube is messing with me, gang. I'm not just saying this. We want to get the channel memberships back up because I want to start doing more stuff for channel members. Great. Let's think about that. You got 2 tiers. No pressure. If you don't want to join, just subscribe. Hit the bell. That's free. YouTube is really throttling me as far as subscribers and watch hours goes. So make sure you're still subscribed, gang. And if you're not, and today's the day I've earned it, please hit that button, ding the bell. The rest is up to you, folks. I'm Temple Kuian from The Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I will catch you on the next one.